everyone. Welcome to another episode of the QubicaAMF Tech Tip Podcast. This is a weekly podcast where we take you on a journey through the fascinating world of bowling technology and beyond. As always, I'm your host, Orly, and as always, I have a great guest on with us today. A returning guest, one of my favorite guests. He's always willing to come on the show and help out. We have Travis Huston. Travis, welcome to the show.
Thanks again for having me, Orly. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate any time you can come on the show here. You know, I know you have a new title, and I brought that up last time. I can never remember it. So if you want to give everyone an explanation of your, give them your new title and kind of what you do.
Yeah, so I'm a product specialist with QubicaAMF, and I help new centers, chain centers, and centers for the military, make decisions for their operational needs and make decisions, with the different equipment that they want to have in their facility.
Okay, and Travis, today what I wanted to talk about or have you talk about was, refunds and receipt management, because I know it might be something that some people know how to do, but I know the first time someone came up to me at the bowling center was like, can I get a refund for this food? Or, I didn't want this after all, or I ordered too many. I'm like, hold on a second. So if you don't know how to do it, it could be a little confusing or just kind of put some fear in you. So today, hopefully you can, kind of give everyone a little idea on how to give a refund. Maybe the difference is, I don't know, is there a difference maybe between giving a refund on bowling, maybe giving them their time back, whether it's maybe just something from food, maybe they ordered too much, they ordered the wrong thing. I know once we had, for example, once we had the power go out in the center, and it was kind of like, oh man, do we give refunds? Like, how do we do this? So, I guess there's always going to be different case scenarios, but if you could just go ahead and let us know a little bit about that, we would appreciate it.
Okay, sounds good. So yeah, I'm going to walk through 3 different scenarios. And they're going to be in 3 different modules in your Conquer X. So if we go to Conquer X, the first one I'm going to go over scenario is, okay, we've paid for either, let's say it's 2 games of bowling, or if you do time bowling, let's say it's 2 hours of bowling. If we go into the home and then our all lane screen, so this is where we would already have a lane opened up. Customers already prepaid. We can modify the lane, and off to the bottom left, you'll see a button. It either says refund or it'll say refund and close. If we select that, it will bring us to a screen where we can choose each game, each person per hour. This is where we can refund shoes that have already been paid for. And so basically we would be refunding the amount that wasn't bowled. So, family comes in, they pay for 2 games up front, or they pay for 2 hours, and they just don't want to complete it after they've, bowled the first game or first hour. So you can basically pick and choose which items you want to refund for the customer in this screen. After you've selected what you need to refund, you would just hit refund, and then it'll bring you to the payment screen. And here you can either choose to refund it back to the original card. If you needed to refund it from a different tender option, that's an option as well. That's where you would process this refund. Next scenario, if we were doing food and beverage or pro shop, let's say we paid for food. It was the wrong thing, just like the scenario you gave, Orly. And we needed to give the customer the refund that they'd paid for. If we go to POS, and this is the on the home or the main screen, your POS, where you would set up your POS, or basically your POS options. You would go to the refund module, and you can also add that to your home screen if you needed to. This is where we can refund individual items. So, maybe it was paid for by a customer. They have the receipt and everything. And this is where we can refund our point of sale items that we had purchased through the point of sale module. So again, same steps. You're selecting what you want to refund. Now here you may have a few different options depending on how your system is set up. You would be able to put notes in as to why you refunded the items. You can also print this in your receipt and in your report. So your end of shift report, you can select to have the description of why you performed the refund in there. And then we just hit OK. And just like last time, we're going to go to the payment. You're going to make sure that you up in your total, it's going to say total refunded, still to refund. Because, if you go into the POS, screen's going to look similar, but obviously you're going to see the negative signs for when you need to refund items. So, and then we would go through the process of refunding that just like we did last time. And so, yeah, that's how we would process a refund for individual point of sale items that were rang in through the POS screen.
Okay.
And last but not least, we have our receipt management module. And this is also found in the main screen. You go under POS, and then you will find receipt management. In here, you can select the actual receipt and the actual transaction that took place. So let's say this was all of your bowling food. Customer just didn't have a great experience. For many reasons why you would want to refund a customer's whole experience. But this is how you would do it. So you would be able to select the receipt, given the date. You want to make sure you're on today's date. If you're looking for a specific transaction on a specific terminal, you're going to want to make sure that you select all terminals, or if you know the specific terminal number that what the transaction took place on, you would find the receipt. Here we have
and sometimes you're going to have, and if you do have that, if it happens to be the unfortunate, event of someone being unsatisfied, they're going to probably know. They're going to come in and be like, my total was 75, but my credit card showing it was, you guys collected 95. So sometimes, you can go back in there and just find that amount. Cause like I said, sometimes if it's a heated customer, which we hopefully don't have,
yeah,
they're going to know exactly how much they're looking for.
Right. Yeah. So after we select the receipt, we have three options here. We can refund through this module and just refund the entire receipt. We can also undo. If you undo the transaction, this allows you to change the type of tender that was done for the receipt. So let's say, hey, I paid for cash, but I really wanted to put this on my card. You really could undo the transaction and then pay with a card if you wanted to. And then your last option there is reprint. So just reprinting receipts. So in a nutshell, those are the three different scenarios and three different modules that you would go through for refunds.
Okay. Well, yeah, I appreciate that, Travis. Like I said, if you've never did it before and somebody comes up to you, someone comes up to you and asks for a pack of ketchup or something, it's not too tough. But when they're already a little upset and you don't know quite what you're doing on how to give a refund, it just kind of makes the whole situation kind of scary. So I'm sure this is going to help out someone, hopefully you don't get those upset customers, but sometimes it's unfortunate and something happens. Whether it's whether it's the center's fault or sometimes maybe the customer's fault. I won't say that, but you never know.
Yep.
But now they'll know how to give that refund with ease. Thanks to you, Travis. So I appreciate you coming on today, Travis. And again, anyone, if you are new to this show, make sure you're going back and listening to past shows. Travis has been on many of them. We've had a lot of people on the podcast that give some great tips on how to work things with your equipment. So until next time, everyone, make sure to tell your friends and coworkers and anyone in your center about the shows, and we will talk to everyone soon.